Thank you very much, Dr. Arun Shankar, for this kind introduction. So, my dear friends from across the globe, welcome back. Welcome back to the 2021 edition of
the Twin Talk of Diabetes Technologies.
And I am Dr. JOTHYDEV.
I'm GOPIKA.
And let me start sharing the screen. So these are my disclosures. And this is an overview of our Twin Talk today.
So we will be explaining about automated insulin delivery systems, the connected pens and connected glucose meters, an update on the 2021 continuous glucose monitoring devices, and also about the diabetes mobile apps.
Yes.
So Dr. JOTHYDEV, in many lectures I have heard you being introduced as a technology king of India. But at the same time, many of them believe that technologies are not essential for treating diabetes. They are really expensive. They take away a lot of your time. Then how do you justify the use of technologies in diabetes?
I will make it very simple, GOPIKA KRISHNAN. How can I justify? Just imagine a doctor is treating 100 patients with diabetes. 100 patients with diabetes. Then he probably doesn't require any technologies for preventing the complications. But imagine a situation where a doctor is treating 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, 20,000 patients with diabetes. And look at the statistics in India. Almost 76 to 80 million subjects with diabetes in India. And I'm quite sure, I'm very certain that currently with COVID-19 pandemic going on, the numbers with diabetes will be above 100 million in India currently. So if you are not using technologies, if you are not making the use of technologies for the treatment of diabetes and for the prevention of complications, are you going to succeed? The answer is you are never going to succeed in your sincerity. So that's very important. If you are sincere enough with your thousands of patients with diabetes in preventing the costly complications of diabetes, then the only solution could be the use of technologies. The only solution will be the use of technologies. Remember, currently,
this is one of our recommendations from all the key opinion leaders across India as recommending blood glucose as the fifth vital sign in diabetes.
Yeah, blood glucose as the fifth vital sign. So blood glucose as the fifth vital sign. This is a very recent recommendation as pointed out by GOPIKA KRISHNAN by an international panel consisting of the RSSDI President Dr. Benshi Sabu, the Diabetes India President Dr. Izar Aravind, the upcoming President of the International Diabetes Federation, and Padma Shri Dr. Anu Mishra, who initiated this movement. And this is only to ensure that irrespective of diagnosis of diabetes, even in the absence of diabetes, everyone diagnosed of a disease or admitted with an accident, all of them should have a glucose check. And it takes only a couple of seconds to measure glucose along with the measurement of other parameters. So this is the base by which the technology has advanced. And you don't require laboratory to measure the glucose currently. So I have a question. And this is on the evolution of insulin delivery devices. And this is on insulin pump.
I think you're the right person to walk us through the evolution of insulin pumps.
Really?
Yes.
So insulin pumps were launched long ago, almost half a century ago. And those were only standalone pumps, only the insulin pumps for continuous subcutaneous insulin infusion. Because that resulted in remarkable improvements in the management of type 1 diabetes and a selected subgroup of those patients with type 2 diabetes. Because we have been using more insulin pumps initially in type 2 diabetes. From 2006, 2007 onwards, it used to be the sensor connected with the insulin pump, and that was the beginning of sensor augmented pumps. And then came threshold suspend, predictive low glucose suspend, so that the pump will stop the delivery of insulin before, well ahead of hypoglycemia, then the hybrid closed loop systems. And now, today, we will be discussing on even advanced hybrid closed loop systems. So I would say that we are marching ahead And soon we will be successfully closing the loop. Soon it will be the dream come true of a very successful artificial pancreas. So I have a question to you. And this is on the description, the definition of AID. So this is a very recent terminology to replace closing the loop, and that is automated insulin delivery systems.
So the AIDs are automated or semi-automated systems, as Dr. JOTHYDEV rightly explained, and it automatically adjusts the insulin delivery to help the patients to control their blood glucose levels. And there are 4 components to the AID system, that is the insulin pump, a continuous glucose monitoring system, a rapid-acting insulin analog such as a rapid-acting PAS for early, and an integrated algorithm that automates the pump delivery based on the CGM data.
Yes, absolutely. So these are the key messages. The automated insulin delivery systems are more and more successful because of the availability of the newer, sophisticated, integrated algorithms and insulins, the ultra-rapid-acting insulin such as faster-acting insulin aspart. And these are the upcoming insulin pumps.
So in many conferences, I've heard the names of many pumps being discussed, but I'm slightly confused which are available in India, which are available in the global market. So can you enlighten us on this?
So to simplify, only the Medtronic insulin pumps are currently available in the Indian market.
Oh, is it so?
Yeah, only Medtronic pumps are available. And globally, there are many infusion pumps available. But quite unfortunate for those patients in India, those pumps are not available. But I have something new for you. And this is a good news for you. And this is going to be the first patch pump, which probably will get launched in India very soon. And this is now the property of Accu-Chek. And this is the Accu-Chek Solo micro pump. So what is a patch pump? So the patch pump will be a tube-free insulin delivery system. And there is a remote over there, and the patients can remotely control the insulin pump. Another path-breaking innovation, and this is also going to get launched in another 2 to 3 months' time in our country. And this is the advanced hybrid closed-loop system, the 780G from Minimal Medtronic, 780G, and it's going to self-adjust the basal insulin. And I would say that every 5 minutes in response to the continuous glucose monitoring data, if there is a hyperglycemia, the insulin delivery will be enhanced. And if there is a hypoglycemia, the delivery of insulin will either stop or will get reduced automatically. So I would like to spend a couple more seconds with the advanced hybrid closed-loop system. And over to you, Gopika, on the details of this 780G, the AHCL.
So this is the data from a 90-day at-home US pivotal trial, which was studied in adults and adolescents aged 14 to 75 years. And in this study, it was found that there was no severe hypoglycemia or DKA, and the average A1C in this study was 7%. What about the timing range?
Yeah, the timing range, you can switch your mobile. You can switch off your mobile. There is an urgent call. Yeah. So the studies have shown that the overall timing range is 75%, but the key take-home message is the overall timing range during the night, it is 82%. 82% overall time below range of 1.5%. And auto correction with the help of this integrated algorithm, the auto correction is contributing to 22% of all bolus insulin. So we are very close to completely automatic. And this is the review that we have published from our center along with Dr. Benshi Sabu. And this is the history, the review of insulin delivery devices.
From syringes, pens, pumps to the do-it-yourself artificial pancreas.
Exactly. It all started with syringes, and then the insulin pens from Novo Nordisk, and the pumps from Medtronic. And currently, because the patients couldn't wait for the best technology to be launched by the device manufacturer, so the patients themselves started re-engineering the existing insulin pumps and inventing their own algorithms, and this has resulted in phenomenal improvement, and that is do-it-yourself artificial pancreas. And let me now go through some of the devices which are not available. So these are not available in India, and many are there. And this is an artificial pancreas, the Untitled from Netherlands.
Is it a bihormonal artificial pancreas similar to islets?
Absolutely. This is bihormonal. So we were discussing only those with insulin, but this is an artificial pancreas where you can have both insulin and glucagon, and here the time in range was significantly higher, and that is 86.6%. 86.6%. And this is the story on glucagon.
What is new about this?
Because glucagon historically couldn't be incorporated in insulin pumps, and these are new formulations, and this is dasiglucagon approved by the US FDA, and this can be used in islet and the Intrida pump. So in bihormonal insulin pumps or bihormonal artificial pancreas, you will have both insulin and glucagon. Some studies have shown a superiority, but with integrated, much advanced algorithms, even insulin-only systems are proving to be better. So we need to be unbiased.
So next comes the Omnipod 5 AID system.
Yeah,
what is new about this?
So have you heard about Omnipod?
Yeah, I have heard about patch pumps. This is one of the first patch pumps to be launched and one of the most popular patch pump in the global market.
Exactly. Omnipod is the most popular patch pump in the global market. Is it available in India?
No, I don't think so.
And I remember a lot of telephone calls, lot of inquiries, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
From so many of our patients.
Yes, so many patients, and from the diabetes society members, the patient communities. When will this be available, doctor? When will this patch pump be available? This is not available in India. Similar to many other devices, this is also not available in India. And this is one of the most popular, user-friendly pumps. And this can get attached to wirelessly with sensors such as Dexcom. So it is a ACE pump. So this is one example of an alternate control enabled pump which can connect to other sensors. And there again, a documentation of a significant improvement in the TIR, and majority of the patients agreeing for an extension during the clinical trial. And if you look at the 3 different cohorts which are studied, adolescents and adults, pediatric population, and very young children, in all the 3 subgroups of subjects being studied, from baseline to the end of study, if you dig deeper into the aspects of time in range from 65 to 74%, in very young children, 57 to 68%. So on an average, 70% time in range, and time above range of above 80, above 180, above 250, level 1 and level 2 hyperglycemia. Level 1 hyperglycemia below 70, level 2 below 54. All those parameters demonstrating, documenting significant improvements with Omnipod 5 AAD system. AAD system.
So this is the new
extended
wear infusion set from Medtronic.
Are you excited?
Yes, definitely.
Why are you excited?
This new infusion set will require fewer side changes, fewer interruptions to insulin delivery, which is making the diabetes management much more easier and less burdensome. And it is also designed to maintain insulin flow for a longer period. And the new tubing connector is intended to improve the stability of insulin, the reliability of the infusion site performance, and a study which enrolled 259 patients with type 1 diabetes using this extended wear infusion set found that it had a 7-day survival rate of almost 75%. Amazing, isn't it?
This is another dream come true, because all the infusion users, the insulin pump users, they need to change the infusion set at least once in every 2 or 3 days. And they can use a sensor for 7 or even more number of days. So now we are going to have an infusion set for insulin pump users where they can wear it for an extended period for up to a week. And this can be used along with the new pump, that is a 780G, which is getting launched probably in the month of September in our country. And this is on Android.
Is it from the Tandem?
Yes, this is from the Tandem family. And the Tandem has this control IQ. And this is again an AID. You can see the Dexcom sensor over there. And in the participants, the time in range has increased from 64 to 87%. And it documented improvements in all the other glucose metrics. Rocket, another artificial pancreas and rocket artificial pancreas automated system.
Oh, I remember seeing this in ATTD 2021.
Yes, this was presented at the ATTD virtual 2021, and that was last month, in the month of June 2021. And we couldn't gather any further information.
So what is new about this AID?
So look at this report. This is compared with a control IQ. That is Tandem control IQ. And with rocket artificial pancreas, they have reported 100% time in range in the post-dinner period, and that was without a bolus. Without a bolus.
Wow.
So I think we are almost near to completely closing the loop. Completely closing the loop. And I know that you have been training our patients on carbohydrate counting.
So you mean to say that the era of carb counting is long gone?
Do you think so?
I suppose so.
You fear so?
Yes.
And this is another excitement for our patient communities. Counting the carbohydrates, doing the mathematics on insulin sensitivity factor, which will be different times of the day, different times of the night. And I think it's all going to be part of the history. Very soon, it will be part of the history because everything is going to be automated. From connected insulin pumps, let us now move on to connected pens. So what are these connected pens?
The connected pens, they will integrate insulin injection data into certain apps, and dosing advice is given based on it. There are two models, refillable insulin cartridges and disposable pens. The refillable insulin cartridges will have built-in wireless communication abilities, and the disposable pens will have sensors in the form of a cap or a device that is attached to the side of the pen. And what are the new smart pens which are available in the markets?
Yeah, I will go through a couple of them. There are many. And this is from Novo Nordisk, Novo Pen 6 and Novo Pen Eco Plus. And this has been discussed during our earlier meetings as well. Eco Plus is meant for children. And both these pens will have Bluetooth connectivity. And both these pens will have memory function, more than 800 injection dose memory. And half a unit dosing is possible with the kid-friendly Eco Plus. But this special mention is on the connected insulin pens. It can connect with the continuous glucose sensors, such as with Medtronic, Guardian Connect. It can connect with the Vibre sensors and so on. And then the smart insulin pen from InPen. So this has been a phenomenal innovation.
I recently read that InPen has been acquired by Medtronic, and this reusable pen, it automatically captures the mealtime dosages and keep track of your insulin on board. And it has got an app which is available in the smartwatch, and it includes a pulse calculator which can help prevent insulin stacking. And the app will also create an easily accessible report combining the glucose and the insulin data. So exciting, isn't it?
Exactly. So there is a mobile phone app with a dosing algorithm within it. And look at that watch, the smart watch. I think it's an Apple Watch, and the Apple Watch is displaying the message, did you miss your breakfast bonus? Amazing, amazing. And this is from InPen and the app. So that is the story of connected insulin. This is an FDA-acquired Medtronic device, and I remember going through the presentation by Dr. Vygotsky at the recent American Diabetes Association meeting. And we are so glad that Vygotsky is also a faculty at our JPUB this year. And these are connected.
Wait. I have a question to you. You have been describing about the sophisticated technologies such as CGM, insulin pumps. I'm quite sure that you have forgotten your smart connected glucose meters, isn't it?
How can I forget glucose meters, GOPIKA? I can never forget glucose meters because that is a pillar of care. And that has been the foundation of all the other sensing technologies, and the glucose meters are here to stay forever. And that is a gold standard still for self-monitoring of glucose. And this is how the One Touch will look like, the Reveal app in the mobile phone, and you can gather the information from the web app, from the patient app. So limitless possibilities. And I would request all of you, the doctor community, the nurses community, to use the branded glucose meters because they are far more accurate. And all the patients should be encouraged to use a mobile app. And this is My Sugar app. I'm sure that you are also very
most
familiar.
popular app in the world with
Yeah.
the maximum number of registrations
Yeah, this is used by more than 2 million patients across the world.
and over
And-
75 countries.
And in almost every country it is available, including in India. And look at the information. And you can generate the patterns. Most of these newer acoustic meters will wirelessly connect via Bluetooth with this My Sugar app. And this is something which should be encouraged to all our patients. And another one, again, this is Contour Plus one, where even a second chance sampling is possible. And all these apps can generate a digital glucose diet. So,
Very cute meter.
yeah, very cute meter. And there is again a color coding. And the meters can also provide you not only with the pattern, but also information on the time in range. Of course, it is not time in range, it is points in range or percentages in range, above range or below range. And this is how it all evolved from the continuous glucose monitoring. So which are all the popular devices? Because we need to be very specific with India. Yes. Which are the popular devices in India?
So Guardian Connect, the Libre Pro, and we also have the Libre now in India. So the Guardian Connect is a real-time CGM. Libre Pro is a professional or a retrospective CGM, and Libre is an IS CGM, that is the intermittently scanned CGM. Do we have an ICGM here in India?
Yeah, what is an ICGM? So you have described about the professional CGM, the real-time CGM, and an intermittently scanned CGM. So what is ICGM or integrated
CGM?
It is an integrated CGM where the CGM can be integrated or wirelessly connected with another insulin pump from another manufacturer, or it can connect with a dosing algorithm or with an app in the mobile phone. So this is how a CareLink will look like. A Medtronic Guardian Connect data where you have the statistics on time in range, the time over range, the time below range. KRISHNAN Libre 2 not available in India. And it has got the added function of alarms, real-time alarms. And this is your integrated CGM. So we have an integrated CGM from Freestyle, and this is Libre 2. So what is special? Libre 3. What is special about Libre 3?
It is much more smaller if I look at the sensor.
Yeah, 70% smaller. So imagine a sensor which is 70% smaller compared to the popular Libre 1 and 2, 70% smaller and thinner. And it is always on. Always
so
on.
So there is no need to scan the sensor every 8 hours.
Yes. So the Libre Link app is replaced by the Freestyle Libre 3 app in the phone. And this is cleared as an integrated CGM. So Dexcom is also an integrated CGM. And there you go with Dexcom G7. Can you explain something about the upcoming G7? Because G7 is also not available in India, but this is again a very, very small, cute, and highly accurate device.
Yes, and it has also got some very good features because it has got a simplified application and a faster sensor warm-up time. And the transmitter and sensor, they come as a single unit. It is combined, and there are a lot many ongoing trials with G7. And what else?
I believe it can be there in situ for even up to 16 days. 16 days, and it has Bluetooth connectivity.
There is no finger stick calibrations required.
No calibrations required, but if you would like to calibrate, you can still calibrate. You can still calibrate. So there are, again, the possibilities are limitless. So time in range. So we were discussing about the continuous glucose sensors, and this is a panel which is headed by Dr. Benshi Sabu, recommending time in range as an urgent requirement. And this is an urgent need for our country. All the doctors, all the nurses, we should be encouraging and guiding our patients on reaching more time in range and less time below range. And we have been earlier discussing about do-it-yourself artificial pancreas. And this is one of the reviews.
Comprehensive reviews. And we also have published a patient experience. The patient experience of the first patient who is on DIY artificial pancreas. Yes.
And there is none other than the celebrated dancer and the founder of Diabetes, and this is Jasiri. And in this paper, she has claimed, it's not a claim because we are very much convinced about this.
The
And
graph
with
says
this,
it.
yeah. That is before looping and after looping. The graph is over there, which is documenting almost 95% or even more time spent within range. And she hasn't experienced any hypos after being on a loop. And this is a long story of the evolution of insulin delivery devices. Why is 2021 so special?
We are commemorating 100 years of insulin discovery this year.
Yes, we are commemorating the centenary of discovery of insulin in 2021. And in 2021, we have some of the path-breaking innovations. So we have the launch of the advanced hybrid closed-loop system in India, and we have some of the best glucose sensors being launched in India this year. So this has been a phenomenal year for all of us, despite the terrible times with COVID-19, which has again contributed to.
Did you move to a virtual diabetes clinic?
Yeah,
Have you left your clinic?
the COVID-19 has actually hastened all these innovations. So it has speeded up. So this is the dream. And this has been one of those papers which has appeared in Diabetes Technology and Therapeutics, and this has been a reality. This has been reality, and many of us are already practicing the virtual diabetes hospitals, remote monitoring with the sensors, remote monitoring of the heart rate, remote monitoring of electronic health records, and then connected glucose meters, wearable biosensors, and so on. So this is a digitalized world, and diabetes is going to be completely digitalized.
Dr. JOTHYDEV, I'm sure that you wouldn't end your technology presentation without a mention on the connected devices for remote monitoring, especially your Apple devices.
I know you are also wearing an Apple Watch. Gopi is also wearing an Apple Watch, and we are all fans of Apple devices. And Apple has described the Apple Watch as the future of health is on your wrist. An Apple Watch can accurately measure your sleep, your heart rate variability, your VO2 max, your blood oxygen levels, and you can even measure a single lead electrocardiogram, which can be easily transmitted to the doctor's office.
So you're absolutely right. The future of health is on your wrist.
The future of health is on your wrist. And I strongly believe and wish, next time when we are delivering the same technology update, the Apple Watch could have either blood glucose or continuous glucose monitoring integrated within it. And thank you. I would conclude the remark with technologies, with user-friendly, with cost-effective, smart technologies. Ultimately, you are servicing your patients. You are helping your patients.
Reducing the cost of treating complications of diabetes?
Exactly. With millions of patients with diabetes, and with the evidence that not even 5% of them are reaching the targets of therapy, and with millions of those patients developing preventable complications, the only solution will be the use of cost-effective technologies. So thank you so much for your patient hearing. Bye-bye.